Hi, everyone. This is Michelle Hill, your legacy builder at Winning Proof, and I am here for another episode of Winning Proof Unscripted. I am super excited today to be able to talk to Micah Lowe, and we met on LinkedIn recently, and we had a great conversation. And so I wanted him to come on here and let you know about what he does and about how he trains and coaches his clients. So I'm going to start by reading his bio, as I always do, and then I'll let Micah kind of introduce himself as well. So Coach Micah Lowe is an international skill development consultant who specializes in hand-eye coordination and wide receiver development. He's coached American football on the professional level in Europe and on the high school level in the States. Micah, originally from Columbus, Ohio, now lives in Chicago, Illinois, where he runs his training business, Hands Team Academy. So welcome, Michael.
How you doing? Thank you for having me on.
I'm thrilled to have you on today. And I just want to kind of start by just asking you to share, a little bit about your background and your journey into coaching.
Okay, so yeah, I've been playing football since I was in seventh grade. And I played all the way until college. Like most kids, I wanted to go to the NFL, and it didn't end up happening. And so I looked into becoming a coach. And I was trying to build that, or I was trying to get on that track. I just looked into it, and I saw some things I did not like about the profession, the long hours, the job security isn't the best. And so I was trying to figure out something that I could do in coaching that I would like, and the kind of situation and payment structure that I would like. And I looked into, personal training. And one day I was training a guy who's getting ready for the NFL. And he had the Bears, Vikings, coming to our practice. This was a teammate of mine. And he just couldn't catch the ball. I couldn't believe it. I mean, this guy's getting looked at, and I was just like, oh my gosh. And then so I taught him how to catch. And I was like, wait a minute. I was like, this could be a thing. And so I noticed that a lot of people can't catch like that. So I just got into it, and I've been going since 2018. And then this past year, I went viral. And so since then, my business has been, skyrocketing. And so it's just been great, and I'm having a really good time.
I'm excited to hear that. So does this mean that when you watch NFL games, you are picking apart the dropped passes and
yes,
all that?
I definitely do. I look at the dropped passes. I look at the caught passes. I look at interceptions. I look at the way the defensive backs knock down the ball. I look at all things that require your hands.
Okay. Now, are you doing, as I'm doing sometimes when I'm watching NFL games, are you taking notes of the players, taking note of the players who either excel or don't excel, and then reaching out to them saying, hey, I can help you?
No, so I have not reached out to the top level guys just yet. I've really just been trying to get around people I know. And then I wanted my work to speak for itself, and then the top level guys hopefully come to me. But I have reached out to a lot of college guys, okay, all around the country. And so, but I will say that definitely now that my business is really going, and we got systems in place to, grow and scale, I will be reaching out to guys very, very soon.
I'm glad, because they will benefit from attending your academy for sure, when they see the value that you bring.
I appreciate that.
So what motivated you? I know you talked a little bit about it, but what motivated you to start Hands Team Academy specifically?
So I wanted to be a trainer, coach, for a while. And I just noticed that there's a lot of guys around the country that were working on route running, footwork, and that kind of stuff for receivers. And there was nobody that really specialized in catching the ball, because you can run a good route, but if you don't catch the ball, it doesn't mean anything, So I was like, well, this is what I've always been good at. I've always been the guy that has the best hands on the team. and it came natural to me. So some people said that it's like really a skill, it's a gift. And so like I just combined the coaching, like my love for coaching, and then the business idea, and I came up with Hands Team Academy. But the name Hands Team Academy, so I wanted it to be like some type of school, right? But Hands Team on football teams, when the team is about to onside kick it to you, you want your best players you want your players who have the best hands to be on the field. And so in football, they call it the Hands Team group. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah. So when people hear the name Hands Team that play football, they're like, oh yeah, they know what it is, so I like that.
Okay. That is excellent. Yeah. I love that. And so there's always challenges in starting and building any business. So how have you kind of come across those challenges and conquered those challenges along the way?
So the one way I would say I conquered most of my obstacles is just being consistent. Mm-hmm. Like I feel like there's going to be like ups and downs, right? But you just can't like quit, like most people, I'm not skilled in social media. I knew how to post on my personal brand, right? But for a business, right, where you got to post every single day, story every single day, that whole thing, the getting the website, I started this when I was in college, and so a lot of my friends saw me start this, and I would say some of my friends didn't want to join my business when I brought them the opportunity. And then after I went viral and stuff started to blow up, now people are starting to come at, started to want to join the business. And so I had to scale. But I wasn't for sure if people were really real about, my vision, and they wanted to really be a part of it, or they just along for the ride right now because good things are happening. So that was another thing that like kind of like has been bothering me, I would say, and like been an obstacle. Another thing is just being the best leader I can be. Like I said, I was in college 6 months ago playing on a football team, and now I got to worry about my employees. You know what I'm saying? So like, I got to worry about onboarding. I got to worry about training and all this. I'm like, oh my gosh, so, but I'm working through it. I'm definitely working through it. I've been, listening to like videos on YouTube. I try to talk to as many entrepreneurs and business owners as I possibly can. And they've been giving me a lot of good feedback and a lot of good advice, I'd say.
Oh, good. Yeah. And I know when you are a solopreneur, which you are, but you have teammates surrounding you, as far as your other coaches and everything like mm-hmm. that. Yeah, it can feel really overwhelming at first because you didn't start your business to run, and I say this, run your business, the running of the business, and just can't somebody else just do this stuff and let me do what I'm the best at, right? So yeah. That comes in time.
Yeah, definitely. And so like one thing I tend to see myself get like frustrated and try to get anxious because I feel like I'm running out of time, but I keep forgetting I'm 25 and I have a long time, so that is nice at the end of the day when you're like, wait a minute, I'm not even off my parents' health insurance yet. So like, we got some time, so.
Yes. And it's easy. I think it's, when you're younger, you can, if something happens and something unforeseen happens, it's easier to regroup. As when you're in your, 50s, 60s and beyond, it gets a little more difficult and challenging to regroup. If something fails, if something doesn't go right, you have to have a really quick turnaround time where you have that time and you have that advantage. And it sounds like you are completely capitalizing on that advantage.
I'm trying to. I'm really trying to.
Yeah.
Glad you can see that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, okay. So during our first conversation, I thought, what an articulate, intelligent young man. I mean, I was just so impressed with you really on every level. And so what do you say to those people who think that, oh, I'm too young, I can't start this business, I'm too old, I'm too fat, I'm too thin, I'm too dumb, I'm too this or that, whatever their excuse is? How do you debunk all those excuses?
I've been trying to figure that out too. A lot of people come to me and ask for advice and stuff like that. But like, all I can tell them is I just went with my passion. I didn't want to, like, I don't want to be one of those people that wakes up at 40 and 50 years old and be like, man, I hate my life. I hate my job. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so I just found something that I really and truly enjoyed, and I was doing it for free. And then I just realized the money started to come once people started to see like this is my passion. But the people who already know their passion, but they're kind of scared to start it, I would honestly just say, it starts with just one step. I think that it's people go through life and they have regret. I just tell people, don't be one of those people that does that, right? So I honestly, I can't even tell you like anything, any crazy bit of advice for people. I just tell them, take the first step, because I think if you have the idea, you should at least go after it, and I just don't want to be one. I wouldn't want anybody to be one of those people that just, like I said, gets old and then realizes, man, I should have did this, I should have did that, And so that's why I would say, man, that's why I say, because regret's hard. Regret is very hard. I think having regret is worse than like trying and failing. You can't do anything about it. So when you fail, it's like, all right, at least try. You know what I'm saying? At least try.
Dust yourself off.
And on top of that too, like you learn a whole bunch of experiences throughout, your journey when you try and fail. But if you never try, can't do anything about that.
Exactly. And that's why when you go through periods in your business as well, and you're really in a dip area, you're not on the mountain, it's just the dip area. Is just, I tell people, what's your next best step? Just do one thing, which goes along to your point, goes along with what, just do one step. That's what, when you're in the valley of your business, same thing applies. Just take one step, do the next best thing.
No, definitely. I definitely agree with that.
Yeah. So what do you think are the top 3 traits for success?
The top 3 traits. I would say consistency. Definitely consistency. And is this a trait? Like, so like, I think one of the traits that I have is I'm not afraid to step out my comfort zone. And I really feel like if people just did that, they would be a lot further. They'd be a lot further than where they are. Fear is is a very, very strong word, and it holds people back all the time. And I'm really glad that like when it comes to like trying things new that I've never done before, I don't see it as a bad thing. I don't get scared. I look forward to it. Those 2, and I would honestly say like determination. Like you gotta you like successful people, man, like they don't stop. They don't think about if it might not work. They just do it until it works, and I feel like that's a lot that I can say a lot about athletes. That's how they are. We're determined, especially football players, man. Like like it's just, I don't know if you've seen like a high school football player, like they're always trying to get working. They're always trying to get working with their friends, and they're determined to get that scholarship, and I just feel like that carries on for a lot of athletes. And I would definitely say determination, and you got to have it. You got to have it. Yeah. So those are 3 traits I'd say.
Yeah, excellent traits. And I've talked to so many former NFL players who said they were told, you're too slow, you'll never make it, you're too short, you'll never make it. And they use that as rocket fuel and that determination, and they did make it.
Yeah, so, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, I was told I was too slow too. And I told the coach, like, I just couldn't believe he was saying that. And I just was like, he doesn't know what he's talking about, and so, and I needed that. He actually applauded me for that a couple of years later and told me like, yeah, like like you were determined, and that's what makes people successful. I feel like, definitely.
Absolutely. And did I miss anything else you want to share with people, the viewers of this podcast? Anything else you want to communicate?
So I will say this, that I'm very, very happy that I got to talk to you last week too. You spoke very highly of me, and I just think that we really clicked last week, and I really appreciate you, inviting me on. I like what you got going on, and you talked to me about the book, and like the making of a book, and like I don't think you get it. Like the last week, I've had all these different book ideas. I've been looking at book covers, and it's just been great. And so like you've really like brought something to me that like I didn't know even how to start. And you see what I'm saying? And so like I told you last week, I don't think I'm ready, but it does start with just one step, right? And so I just want to tell you, I want to tell the viewers that like you're the real deal, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate you for like doing that. It really meant something to me. And another thing is like, you shoot your shot. You just shot your shot on LinkedIn, and that reminded me that I got to continue to do that type of stuff, So, and that's why I'll say to people who are watching, like, just shoot your shot, like if it's a message, right? Whatever you got to do, whatever, closed mouths don't get fed. And, I just like you're someone I look up to now. And I've really been following you, and I've just been looking at your videos on YouTube. I just like what you got going on. So I'll definitely say that.
Well, I appreciate that beyond words. Thank you so much. And I'm reaching out to people, and I'm meeting, incredible people like you that I would have never met before if I had not, taken the chance and to shoot my shot.
Yeah.
Now I want to, before I ask you how people can get in touch with you, show people your hoodie.
Okay, so this is my Got Hands hoodie. We are going to be releasing it pretty soon. This is a very, very quality hoodie. It's now my favorite hoodie. I also have shirts that are like this, and I have a couple other shirts with some other Hands Team Academy designs. But by far, this is the best to me. As you can see, like, it looks good and it feels good. So I definitely think that, if you're interested, I think anyone can really wear this. You can wear this out, if you wanted to.
I love it. I love it. So tell people how they can get in touch with you, how they can connect with you.
Okay. So I'm on social media. So we'll start with Instagram on hta.football. That's my main Hands Team account. That's where we have any updates about, camps, and like collaborations with other coaches. And you just see how we live our life at Hands Team. We also have a TikTok. That is hands.team.academy. And then we have Twitter, which is just Micah Lowe 21. And then Facebook, Hands Team Academy on Facebook. And so, yeah, you can reach out to me any kind of way. Also, we have the website, and anybody that is in the Chicagoland area, we're going to be having a camp on November 27th at 9:00, ages 8 to 14. It's going to be pretty fun. I did one of these clinics a couple years ago at the same place, and I got a lot of good feedback, and the kids really had fun. Also, parents, you were with the kids all 3-4 days during Thanksgiving, you want a little break, right? Just drop them off and we'll take care of them, So that's what I'll say.
That is awesome. I have so enjoyed. I'm so glad we connected today. And really, I have to tell everybody, I did not have this on my schedule. And just from a chance LinkedIn message this morning, like, oh my gosh. So this is how this happened today, because Micah's on the ball and we just made it happen. And I'm so glad. So thank you so much for your time and for all your insights. And you are wise beyond your age. I will tell you
Oh,
that.
thank you so much. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. So yeah, thank you so much for having me on, and we'll be in touch. I'm gonna talk to you. So
Yeah, absolutely. We're friends now.
yeah, definitely. So yeah. All right. I'm gonna see you though.
Well, that's great. And I just want to tell everybody, if you want to get in touch with Winning Proof, if you've been thinking about a book or you don't know how to put all the pieces together, I'm your woman to do that. So just, you can connect with me on winningproof.com and on LinkedIn, of course, at Winning Proof. And I'm on Instagram and Twitter under all the same, Winning Proof. So thank you so much for watching another episode of Winning Proof Unscripted.